people seem to dig it. So I guess as long as it's being received well, I can't really say anything negative.
Let's try to get it into heavy rotation on, I would say MTV, but they don't play videos anymore.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that? Yeah.
Yeah. So, Curtis, when did you first start getting interested in becoming a lead singer?
In becoming a beekeeper?
Lead singer first, and then maybe if this doesn't work out for you, you can be the beekeeper.
Yeah, I've got a backup plan.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I mean, this is always something that, I'm sure just like you guys, right? I think we're all of the same mind frame here. This is just like hard rock and metal is just, what else is there in life? It's the only thing that keeps us going, right?
That is true.
And, so I was bit by that bug or stung by that bee when I was a kid. And went out and, I see a picture of you guys here with, next to a road case that has the UFO logo on it.
Yeah, I noticed you're a big UFO.
I love UFO. First time I heard them and Kiss and Motorhead and all those bands when I was a kid, it was just like, this is my music. And I would daydream about, being up on stage. Oh, what would that be like? And then one day I just, I went for it and I just haven't turned back ever since. It was just like, this is what I want to do with my life.
So was it everything that you thought it would be like?
That's a complicated answer.
Well, we only got a couple hours. We got a couple hours, so.
Yeah, it is, and more.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you got to take the good with the bad.
Yes.
But ultimately, when it comes down to it, I'm up on that stage and I'm making this kind of music. Nothing else matters. It's just the thing that keeps my heart pumping, and I die without it.
So you guys have been nominated for Best Hard Rock Band for the LA Music Awards, correct?
Yeah.
So
that was a surprise.
So that's coming up, I believe, in November, right?
Yeah, the award shows, November 15th, I think.
Yes, November 15th, correct. Do you know any of the other bands you're nominated against?
I hadn't heard of any of those bands.
Why does it matter, Chris? It's all about SNEW.
I know. I just wanted to know if he knew. I just wanted to know.
SNEW.
We're all in the same boat, somewhat.
Well, no, he's not in that same boat. He's in the boat that's going to win the best artist of the year.
Well, because I did some.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I did some research on all the other
trying
bands.
to give me an inferiority complex or what?
I'm trying to bring you down a little bit.
Do we stand a chance?
Well, I did some research on the other bands, and there's really no info on them except for SNEW. So SNEW's going to win.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, I see who else was being nominated, and I don't want to diss anybody, but I hadn't heard of them before.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody either. It's just weird how they go about the nominations. I don't know what the criteria is, but
to be honest, neither do I.
But you're nominated, so good luck with that.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, it's a pretty cool thing. We take it as an honor, whether we win or not. It's cool to be nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about is a couple guys in the band. I know you came originally from a band called Steamroller, and then into SNEW. And Andy Lux is the guitar player. Am I saying his name right?
Yeah.
Okay, and Mark Ohrenberger on
drum. Got it.
All right, and Willie Bass on bass, correct?
On bass.
Yeah, that's us.
He's the newest member of the band, right?
Yeah, he came along for this album.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you about Willie, because he's got quite a history in the LA rock scene, and he's worked with quite a few artists, Slash being one of them, as well as other well-known players as well. So how did Willie come about being on the new SNEW album and being in the band right now?
Well, I've known Willie forever, and we've just been friends for years and years. And original bass player, we didn't have a fight, and it wasn't musical differences or whatever, but we had to part ways. It was kind of an economic situation that we're all going through, and everybody's got to make certain decisions about how they're going to pay the rent. So it was kind of inevitable. It came to a certain point, even though we were like right on the cusp of pre-production for this album, and he just didn't have the time to put into it anymore. So it's like, well, what are we going to do now? We got to get somebody in here quick. We got Ken Scott's going to come in here and work with us on our album? And it's like, well, I do know somebody. So I called up my friend Willie, who's, been doing his own thing for years, and, he fronts his own band and everything. So I was just hoping that maybe I could get him to do a couple of tracks on the record. But turns out he was like a bigger fan of what we're doing than I had even known. And he was thrilled to come in and be a part of it. And, so, his style just fits in with us perfectly. It didn't really alter our sound in any way. It just, I think, gave us a little bit extra punch, which is always a good thing.
Yep.
And the whole thing just worked. So we got right into recording the album, and everything just went extremely well.
So I guess with What's It To You being the name of the new album, actually, What's It To You, is there any relevance to that particular track or that particular title for the album?
What's it to you, Matt?
Yeah, What's It To You, exactly.
Exactly.
It's
Okay, here's how it goes.
All right.
If you read off the titles of our albums, it starts with SNEW.
Yeah.
We do what we want. What's it to you?
Exactly. You sure you're not from back east?
He doesn't sound like he's
No, he sounds like he's got that New York, New Jersey mentality. That's where we're from. We're from New York, New Jersey area.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, that's definitely a type of mentality that we grew up with, which is like, snow you.
Yeah.
We do what we want, and what's it to
I know.
you?
I think somehow I'm displaced. Well, all my family's originally from the East Coast. So
Okay.
Even though I was, raised out here, the city you guys are broadcasting from, Brea, my hometown.
Oh, really?
I know. It was like when I found out you guys were in Brea, I was like, no way. There's actually a cool radio station in Brea.
I know. About 5 months ago they put it in here. I think Matt told you that off the air, right?
Yeah. That was awesome. When Gail got a hold of me, it was just like, Brea? Are you kidding me? That's my hometown. Hell yes, I'm going to do this show.
Where about in Brea did you used to live?
Where?
You lived in Brea.
Brea is such a small town.
Exactly. I mean, what do you want to
But I know the whole city, so I'm just kind of curious. Maybe I knew this guy when I've been here for 20-something years.
He lived down the street from around the corner from the liquor store on the corner around the corner from that street.
Okay.
Right? Does that work out for you? I mean,
You live close to Brea Boulevard.
yeah, well, what the hell kind of question is that?
Actually, I'll tell you. You know where the junior high school is?
Yes.
If it's still there, God, I haven't.
The junior high school is still there.
In years. I lived like right across the street from the junior high school.
Okay, I know where it is now.
All right, you happy now,
I'm
Chris?
happy
You're
now.
happy? You know
I'm
we're
ecstatic, yeah.
okay. So are you going to go visit his house now?
There's a 7-Eleven right across the street from there. It's still there too.
Yeah, I think they're putting a plaque in my old house out there.
They got the big SNEW banner up on the whole street.
Oh yeah.
So what are the plans for SNEW in the upcoming months? You got any tour dates or any tours planned for the band, or what's going on?
We're actually trying to work on setting up the tour right now, and we're going to be doing a few dates. I think next month out in Arizona and that area, but it's looking like the big tour is probably not going to happen until the first beginning of the year. If we're all still here, anyway.
Oh. Yeah.
Well,
that's probably when the big things are going to start happening as far as getting out on the road.
No,
we're really excited about the fact that yesterday, what's today's the 11th? So yesterday, our album What's To You was released in Japan.
You got a pretty good following in Japan abroad?
Well, as we're hoping it's going to become that.
Well, the Japanese are rabid heavy metal, hard rock fans.
Oh,
so.
yeah. I mean, the Japanese audiences are legendary for, their responses to this kind of music. So we're hoping that, we're going to get a chance to go over there. That would just be kick-ass.
Have you had a chance to get to Europe, England, and all?
No, even though we got people begging us all the time. It's like, well, when are you coming out? When are you coming to Germany? And when are you coming to Italy? When are you coming to Spain? It's like, as soon as we could possibly can, believe me, we'd leave tomorrow.
Yeah, it costs money, right?
Yeah, we're a DIY band. We don't have, some big label who could just say, all right, here's your plane tickets.
Uh-huh.
So it's a little bit tougher, but we're making headway, and we're doing this thing entirely, 100% the SNEW way, which is kind of like what you guys are doing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all on the same page. We're doing it ourselves from the ground floor up, And I think it's the best way to go, because there are opportunities today that bands didn't have back. You know, you were talking about Zeppelin. I was listening to your show. You were talking about Zeppelin. Back in those days, what we're doing today could not have been done. But today we can. So I think it totally fits in with the rock, you know, hard rock and heavy metal mentality, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think back in the day, you needed to be on a label, and if bands didn't get on a label, they just kind of disappeared. And there's a lot of great bands that are not on a label, don't have the big support by the major labels, that are still out there, like you said, playing to people and gradually building a fan base. You know? Yeah. You know, the world works an entirely different way now. You know, and we're kind of glad, you know, we don't have the pressure of a label saying, you know, well, I think you guys should do something a little bit more pop, or, you know, or you need a hit single off this record.
Disco's big now, so you guys need to put out a disco record.
Yeah, you need a hit single here. Where's the hit single, Curtis? Can you guys give us a hit single? Go back in the studio and rewrite something.
Yeah, exactly.
We need a hit single here.
It's great not having that kind of pressure. We could just, you know, be the kind of band we are.